Tyler Paul Seguin is a Canadian professional ice hockey center currently playing for the Dallas Stars of the National Hockey League. Seguin was selected second overall in the 2010 NHL Entry Draft by the Boston Bruins and went on to win the 2011 Stanley Cup in his rookie season. He finished the 2011 Euro 12 season in Boston with a plus-minus of +34, the second highest in the NHL. During the 2012 Euro 13 NHL lockout, Seguin played for EHC Biel of the Swiss National League A and finished the season with 25 goals, the most on the team. In 2013, Seguin played in his second Stanley Cup Finals in 3 seasons, ultimately losing the series to the Chicago Blackhawks. On July 4, 2013, Seguin was traded by the Bruins to the Dallas Stars for a package of players including Loui Eriksson. Early life: Tyler Seguin grew up in Brampton, Ontario, with his 2 younger sisters, Candace and Cassidy. His parents are Jackie and Paul Seguin. He grew up in a hockey household. Both of his parents and both sisters play hockey, with his father having played college ice hockey for the University of Vermont. Seguin attended St. Michael's College School in Toronto prior to being drafted by the Plymouth Whalers of the Ontario Hockey League. Seguin's favorite player as a child was Steve Yzerman, to whom his playing style has been compared. Playing career =amateur Seguin played the first 7 years of his minor hockey career with the Whitby Wildcats of the Ontario Minor Hockey Association before relocating to Brampton, Ontario, at age 13. While in Brampton, he played 3 years for the Toronto Young Nationals, coached by Rick Vaive, before moving on to the OHL. Seguin was selected 9th overall in the 2008 OHL Priority Selection Draft by the Plymouth Whalers. He considered playing for an NCAA school like his father, but chose to forego his American college eligibility by joining the Whalers in 2008 Euro 09. He struggled to begin his OHL career, scoring just 1 goal in his first 17 games before a coaching change in Plymouth helped Seguin find his place in the league. Looking for an improved start to his 2009 Euro 10 season, Seguin spent his summer working on his game. His dedication paid off, as he opened the season with 36 points in 18 games until sidelined by a hip pointer. His early season success led NHL Central Scouting to name him the top prospect for the 2010 NHL Entry Draft. He then slipped to second, behind Taylor Hall, who was eventually selected first overall by the Edmonton Oilers. Seguin captained Timor at the 2010 CHL Top Prospects game. Seguin jointly won the Eddie Powers Memorial Trophy by finishing the 2009 Euro 10 season with the highest amount of points in the OHL. He scored 106 points alongside Taylor Hall. With a strong finish to the year, Seguin finished as the top-ranked North American skater in the draft class of 2010. Professional. Seguin was drafted second overall on June 25, 2010, by the Boston Bruins using a pick the team has previously acquired from the Toronto Maple Leafs in a trade for Phil Kessel. Seguin then signed an entry-level contract with the Bruins on August 3 and later made his NHL debut on October 9 in a 5 Euro 2 loss to the Phoenix Coyotes. He scored his first career NHL goal on October 10, also against Phoenix, midway through the game's third period, receiving the puck on a pass from teammate Michael Ryder and scoring on a breakaway backhand goal past goaltender Ilya Bryzgalov in a 3 Euro 0 shutout of the Coyotes. Seguin participated in the 2011 All-Star festivities during the Rookie Skills competition. Late in the 2010 Euro 11 season, Seguin was quoted as having a desire to model his NHL playing style on that of teammate Patrice Bergeron. After being a healthy scratch for the first 2 rounds of the 2011 Stanley Cup playoffs, Seguin was included in the Boston lineup to start Round 3, the Eastern Conference Finals, against the Tampa Bay Lightning after centerman Patrice Bergeron sustained a mild concussion. Seguin scored a goal and added an assist in his first game played, then followed that up with 2 goals and 2 assists in his second game. He became the first teenager to score 4 points in a Stanley Cup playoff game since Trevor Linden did so for the Vancouver Canucks in 1989. On June 15, 2011, Boston won the Stanley Cup in the finals, prevailing over Vancouver via a 4-3 series victory after an emphatic 4-0 win in Game 7. On November 5, 2011, Seguin scored his first career NHL hat-trick against the team that traded the draft pick to the Bruins, the Toronto Maple Leafs. On November 14, Seguin was named NHL's first Star of the Week for his 4 goals and 2 assists that helped the Bruins to 3 wins in the week. On December 8, he played in his 100th career NHL game against the Florida Panthers. On April 22, 2012, Seguin scored in overtime of Game 6 of the Bruins' Eastern Conference quarter-finals series against the Washington Capitals that sent the series to a Game 7. However, despite another goal from Seguin in Game 7, the Bruins would go on to lose the game in overtime and were thus eliminated from the playoffs. He finished the 2011 Euro 12 season as the Bruins' leading scorer. Seguin played for EHC Biel of the Swiss National League A during the 2012 Euro 13 NHL lockout. In 29 NLA games, Seguin scored 25 goals and 15 assists, playing alongside fellow NHL star Patrick Kane. Seguin also played for Team Canada at the 2012 Spengler Cup in December 2012, where he won a gold medal with the team. When the lockout ended, the NHL played a shortened, 48-game season in 2013. Seguin finished the regular season with 32 points. The Bruins went on to reach the 2013 Stanley Cup Finals, but ultimately lost to the Chicago Blackhawks in the 6-game series. Seguin scored 1 goal and 7 assists in the 2013 playoffs. On July 4, 2013, during the subsequent NHL off-season, Boston traded Seguin, along with Rich Peverley and Ryan Button, to the Dallas Stars in exchange for Loui Eriksson, Riley Smith, Matt Fraser and Joe Morrow. Due to the jersey number 19 being retired by the Stars in honor of the late Bill Masterton, Seguin changed his number to number 91 upon joining Dallas, which is the reverse of his previous number. Seguin would break out as an offensive force in the league as a member of the Stars, developing excellent chemistry with team captain Jamie Benn. Seguin recorded a 5-point performance in a dominant 7-3 victory over the Calgary Flames on November 14, 2013. On March 16, 2014, he reached a 30-goal mark in a season for the first time in his career after scoring against goaltender Al Montoya of the Winnipeg Jets. Seguin would end the 2013 Euro 14 season ranked 4th in total points scored, setting a new career high in goals and points from 80 games. International play: Seguin competed for Canada at the 2009 Ivan Linka Memorial Tournament in the Czech Republic, where he led the team in scoring with 10 points in 4 games as Canada won the gold medal. He then attended Hockey Canada's selection camp for the 2010 World Junior Ice Hockey Championships in December 2009, but did not make the team. Previously, he won gold with Team Ontario in the 2009 World U17 Hockey Challenge in Port Alberni, British Columbia, and finished second in tournament scoring with 11 points in 6 games. Seguin attended Canada Euro unregistered trademark S World Junior Selection Camp in Regina, Saskatchewan, for the World Junior Championships, the under-20 level, but again failed to make the team. In 2015 he was a member of Canada's gold medal winning team at the World Hockey Championships. Personal life: Seguin is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, Under Armour, AT&T, Bauer Hockey and BioSteel Sport Supplements. In 2014, Seguin bought Mike Modano's Dallas home. Seguin is friends with rapper Mike Stud, and is alluded to in some of the artist's music. The two also party together. For example, Stud made an appearance at a party Seguin hosted in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, the same day he was traded from the Bruins to the Stars. As the result of one of his best friends suffering a severe spinal cord injury in December 2012, Seguin founded Seguin Stars upon arriving in Dallas. At every Stars home game during the season, Seguin donated a luxury suite, along with food and beverage, for individuals with spinal cord injuries. At the conclusion of every game, Seguin met his guests outside of the Stars locker room for autographs and pictures. Career statistics. Regular season and playoffs international. Notable achievements, 2009 Euro 10 Eddie Powers Memorial Trophy for highest scorer in the Ontario Hockey League, alongside Taylor Hall of the Windsor Spitfires. 2009 Euro 10 Red Tilson Trophy, the most outstanding player in the Ontario Hockey League. 2009 Euro 10 CHL Top Draft Prospect Award as the top eligible prospect for the NHL Entry Draft from the Canadian Hockey League. 2011 Stanley Cup Champion, 2012 NHL All-Star Game, 2012 Boston Bruins 7th Player Award, 2012 Spengler Cup winner, 2014 Dallas Stars King Clancy Memorial Trophy nominee, 2015 NHL All-Star Game. References. External links, Tyler Seguin's player profile at NHL.com, Tyler Seguin's career statistics at the Internet Hockey Database, Tyler Seguin on Twitter.